coming this way.
Oh, Jacko.
G'day guys, Will Kitching here. Welcome back to another video. So today it is Christmas Day. We've got to be at Christmas lunch in probably about 40 minutes, so we've got to get back in. Quick session, we've come out for just an hour fishing. We caught some slimies and we're out at Spot X today off the Gold Coast. So as you saw, my cousin Alex is in the background there, my mate Jack, and Dad's behind the camera. So we've just snuck out on Christmas Day because the wind was low. We've been trying to get offshore fishing the whole time we've been down here, but yeah, the wind and swell just has not been playing the game. But today we finally got a chance. It's not glass, but it's fine for coming out. We're in my uncle and cousin's boat, the Timeout 2 it's called. So yeah, got the Marlin gear here and we're gonna, in this video, send some slimies down. And yeah, just wait till you see what happens. It's really cool. So yeah, after the video as well, I'll explain the technique and everything, how we were doing it, so you guys can give it a crack yourselves if you want. Anyway, if you enjoy the video, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment below, and if you think it's cool, share it with your mates as well. We're about to head back in for Christmas lunch, and yeah, I'll see you back in there, hey? Yeah, comes up to 60 metres. Just let me know if you want me to reverse or anything.
I hope I got 60 metres braid on this little reel. I'm used to being at about 10-15 metres. Go you, good thing.
Here come the slimies. That rod has a weird action, eh?
Where's the fishy?
That mark above, yeah.
Right, this is the one.
Is that a fish, Alex? Yeah, stay in, yep. Yep.
Yeah, well, you do.
Yep.
He hasn't woken up yet. Could be a shark.
Don't tell me that. Make sure that's right. Yep. Just watch that motor.
I think you got a Marlin.
Yeah, nice dolphin fish would do.
Haven't any eyes, have it? Gold fish, whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Marlin. Watch it, it's coming this way.
Oh, Jacko.
Woohoo! Now it's away. Oh, what a jump.
I've never had one do that. It's got the pussy there.
That just came straight up, eh?
Yeah. And he's perfect on that dengue, like that's what I wanted.
Woohoo! I told you when we put the light gear out, we get one straight away. First drop. Oh! Oh! Oh, how awesome is that? He's aerial. He's barely in the water, eh?
Merry Christmas, Jacko!
Hey? He's just here.
We're on, boys. We'll push up the front end in a minute, Jacko.
Righto.
We'll get on him. Get it done quick. We might have time for a second here. Get into him, Jack.
He's coming up.
Right, Jack. Uncle Joe, you want to turn the boat around so that he's up the front?
Go around that way, Jack.
Left out.
Oh, he's just here. Nice.
Right, keep it up the front, Jacko.
Round my left
Yep,
side.
left hand down, left hand down.
Yeah.
Just follow the fish so Jacko stays up there.
That good?
Yep. Yeah, mate. Just keep him strong up the front. Left hand
Left hand down.
down. Yep. Just in gear, left hand down. A little bit forward, following around.
Left or forward?
Yeah, forward,
Left forward,
around.
left forward.
Right round like that. Right round like that. Yep. You want him sort of here, if you can.
Keep going.
Right.
Yep. There.
Neutral.
Yep. Nah, keep him just in gear, mate. Well, that's the weirdest Marlin take I've had.
Here he is.
A little bit left hand down. He's a pretty little fella.
Nearly there, Jacko. There he is.
Yeah, give me that leader.
Forward.
Nah, yeah, forward, forward.
Neutral.
Slow down, Jacko.
Neutral.
Yeah, right, we got it. Jump in the boat. Alright, kick the boat in gear.
Right in gear.
Yep. Righto, Jacko, chuck a glove on, mate.
Where put the rod?
Yeah, mate. Where's the glove?
I'll hold this for you.
Give Will the rod.
Yeah.
Glove on. He's a cracker, buddy. Perfect size for a first one. Like that.
Perfect. That'll be a good one, Jack.
Well done, Jack. Lift his head out of the water just a little bit.
He's got two in there.
Yeah, he's got the one. Get your hook back, Alex.
Imagine that.
No, that one's still alive. What's the other one? Honestly, one's got the hook in it. No, they're both. Righto.
Righto, Jacko.
Yep, head down, let it go, buddy.
Well done, Will.
First
Well
one
done,
for
Jacko.
you.
Woohoo!
First one.
Yep. Very good.
We'll just get this one down. Will.
Yeah, they're better ones.
Just pull neutral, buddy.
Neutral. Yep.
This one, okay? Nah, hang on. I'll grab them. I got all different ones in there. Light ones for these guys.
There's the fish still there.
Yep.
Is there weight there, Will?
That's it. That's not in freestyle. So you've got it on.
Oh yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Slowly wind into it. Wind into it. Wind into it. Wind.
Wine.
Circle hook. Work it tight. Wind. Big one. Just steady. He's on. Wind into it. There you go.
Yeah, those marks are a bit bigger on the stand.
Well, you want to shut that gate tank in there? Proper smacking on the way down, that one. Woo!
Here it comes.
Here
Here he comes.
There's his tail. Woo! Right, loosen that drag a little bit, Will.
Oh, there goes the fish.
Wind it.
Mine. You got him, mine. Woo!
Well done. I was thinking it was 10 again. What? You done wrong?
Oh, jeez, on the way down. He's straight down, Alex.
Reverse a bit, Alex, if you can.
Yeah, buddy.
This is
Merry
one.
Christmas, William! There he is.
Oh!
Once you're the lead, he's sort of right.
On the deepest one now.
Yeah, he's slugging it out.
It's coming up now.
What took so long to get to 4X, mate? Oh, come on. You don't have to do it.
This one's fine.
There he is, way out there.
Yeah.
Is he on the server?
He was out there.
Yeah.
Righto, Will.
Get into him, Will.
Just step
Go.
at that sort of speed.
You got your sinker.
There's my sinker. Don't lose that. Oh, I'm busted. A little bit of right hand down, Jacko. Well done. We want him sitting about there, mate. That's good. Well done.
Yeah, he's just cruising now. I think he's in the
Right, once I get this wind on, remember back that drag just a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. Bring a step back,
Got it.
Will. Step back. Right.
Neutral.
Yeah,
Now
no,
keep driving,
Oh,
buddy. Forward, forward, in gear.
just not totally off.
In gear. Wind that slack up, Will.
Yep.
Keep driving, Jacko. Righto, Will.
Got it?
Yeah, buddy.
Get a,
Well done.
that free spool.
Jesus.
He's in the washing machine. Does that, Alex, does he need the free spool?
No, not right now.
No, alright. How you going, Alex? Geez, I'm alright up here.
Hang on tight, pal. Oh.
Give me the rod. You go and do.
Oh, calm down, buddy.
Righto, I've got the rod. It's not in free spool.
Just chill out. Bit of green.
Yeah, that's good there. Is that good, Will?
Yeah. Yeah, just fix that.
Easy as that.
First Marlin.
11:30 we had to leave by. It's 11:23.
Right.
Reckon I can get one
Let's get out of here.
Alright, you ready to let him go?
Yeah, mate. Turn him up on this.
Stand there.
Yeah,
Head down.
Yep, head down. Just sucked up that up.
Here he goes. Well done, boy. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that footage. That was really awesome. A great Christmas present, and we headed back in and had a good Christmas lunch after that. What I'll do now though is quickly talk you through the gear we used and mostly the technique. It's pretty simple. It's a lot easier than I thought, to be honest. Now, I don't actually have a lot of Marlin gear, and I don't have all the tackle, the hooks and the leader and everything, the crimps, to show you how to make a rig. So I'll talk about the rod and reel, and then I'll talk about the technique. I won't dwell on it too much, just because I don't have it, and I'll make a separate video in the future showing you how to do up the full rig and everything like that. I will quickly tell you about the sort of rod and reel you're going to need though. This rod is 10 to 15 kilos. So that's about the same weight class of line you're going to be using as well. In the video that you just watched, the first Marlin was caught on 10 kilo mono, and the second fish that I caught was on 15 kilo mono. So a rod around 10 to 15 kilos suits this sort of fishing perfectly. Now, because you're live baiting, you want a rod with a really nice soft tip, but really strong in the mid. Oh, excuse me. Really strong in the mid to butt section. This is so when the marlin picks up the live bait and start to take off with it, they don't feel heaps of tension there and let go. You don't want an absolute broomstick of a rod. You want something, yeah, with a really nice light tip. Moving on to the reel, you can do it with spin gear, but overhead is definitely the best because you can just feed that livey out, put it in the rod holder. And the other thing is, you want to reel with this nice big crank handle, because if you have to chase a fish and you're driving after it, or if the fish suddenly turns and starts coming towards you and you have to quickly wind and catch up all your line, the big handle really helps being able to just really crank it. You get a lot of line back every time you wind that reel, so yeah, that's pretty handy too. This here is a Fluger Contender G40L. So I'm not sure what that actually translates to in terms of size and things like that. It's about the same though as a Shimano TLD20 or TLD25, maybe around the 25 I'd say. Now you're going to be using about 30 pound or 15 kilo mainline, and you want that to be mono with that nice stretch in it. And your leader is going to be at least 100 pounds. About 100 or 120 pounds leader is good. And you want to make that leader around 6 or 7 feet long, about the same length as the fish you're targeting. The reason for the heavy leader is they have really rough bills and mouths, so if you're using light leader they'll just rub straight through it and your fish is gone. But also when their tail hits the line, if they're jumping or when they're fighting, if that doesn't hit the 100 pound leader and it hits your main line, your 30 pound, it's got a chance of rubbing through it or just breaking it. So that's why you want to use about a 6 or 7 foot 100 pound leader. So you want to use circle hooks. Around an 8/0 is perfect. Alright, now that we've covered the basics of the gear, I'll talk about the technique that we used on the day. It was pretty simple. So obviously you can find some marlin fishing marks on the internet and punch those into your GPS and head out there. The main thing you're going to look for as soon as you get out there is live bait, because you really need that to catch the marlin. So it's about 80 meters deep out there at the spot we were at, and when you turn on your sounder, sometimes the bait will be towards the bottom, but a lot of the time it'll be up sort of mid-water or even higher, and you want to just drive around until you find these big schools of bait. I'll try and find a screenshot off the sounder and put it up there now for you. So that was of the bait. Your bait jigs, you want to use a nice heavy sinker to get down there, and you want to use, I think, about a size 6 bait jig. So that's the size of the hooks, because the bait you really want are slimy mackerel, and they're a bit bigger. If you use the small hooks you'll lose a lot, and also they just go a lot harder than you'd expect for such a small fish. Slimies, the marlin just absolutely love them. They are definitely the best bait you can get. So once you've got your live bait tank full of those, it's time to start actually dropping them down, trying to hook a marlin. Now by now you should have worked out which way you're drifting. So you want to drive up, try and find some bait schools and drive up drift of those. Don't drop your baits as soon as you see them, drive up drift so you can come back onto them. You're looking for big schools of bait, preferably up off the bottom a bit. The other thing to really look for on your sounder is the actual marlin. I'll show you a shot now I took of the sounder on the day that you just watched, and you can see 3 marlin, big arches around the bait school. So I'll show you what that looks like. So yeah, when you see that, you know you're in with a good chance. Now you want to look at how far down they are, and that's about where you want to drop your bait to. Then it's as simple as dropping your live slimy down, putting it in the rod holder on a pretty low drag, so the marlin can sort of take it and not have too much tension, and leave the ratchet on the reel so you can hear if your bait's been eaten. And it's as simple as that. You just keep drifting those bait schools, trying to find marlin on the sounder even. Now, once you've got a bite, don't panic and don't rush it. Let that marlin start to swim off with it a bit. You might hear the drag tick a few times and it might let go, but just wait till it has a solid run, and then just slowly crank up your drag to about strike setting. Because it's a circle hook, that rod will just load up and you'll have the fish on. You don't have to strike or anything like that. You may have to wind into the fish a little bit, as you would have seen in the video, to get up that slack line, but yeah, you don't want to strike or anything like that. And that's about it. That's all I really have to tell you, I guess. Then you're just fighting the fish. The final thing I'll say is the boat work is kind of important as well. You want to have that motor going, so you can drive, and if the fish goes, one way, you want to just sort of follow it, I guess, and keep it on a certain angle out the boat. You don't want it shooting under the boat or anything like that, so you want to try and avoid that. But yeah, that's the fun part of it. Alrighty guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope the few little tips at the end help. It's very simple, so get out there and do it yourself while they're still around, or get ready for next season. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed, like the video, and leave a comment telling me what you thought, or having a chat, or ask any questions. Stay tuned, there's plenty more on the way. I've got some really exciting videos coming. So yeah, I'll see you in those. Tight lines, and see you next time.